Night, how much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket is your place for English Premier League soccer. The new EPL season starts this Friday on the 16th as Man United takes on Fulham at 2 p.m. EPL action then continues on Saturday as West Ham takes on Aston Villa at 11:30 a.m. on Saturday. Then we wrap up the week on Sunday as Chelsea takes on Man City at 10:30 a.m. You can catch all these matches and more at the McKinney's Irish Pub, your headquarters in Lincoln for English Premier League soccer at 8th and P.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA on Saturday, August 10th at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. 9 fights are scheduled for the night, including professional lightweight and welterweight bouts and the main event of Donnie Bush versus Micah Washington in the professional welterweight championship bout. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the MMA fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com. Ironhide Construction is a Nebraska-based general contracting and steel construction firm. Their expert team is experienced in building innovative construction solutions across several industries. While they were previously known for their extensive experience in steel erection and metal buildings, they've continued to evolve over the last several years into a full-service general contracting firm. They take pride in their commitment to quality, cutting-edge technology, and having a passion for what they do. For more information about their services or to discuss an upcoming project, visit www.ironhideconstruction.com or call 402-420-4961. The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
This is Adam Carriker on the ticket.
Position right of the quarterback, out of the shotgun, 1st and 20. Jailbreak screen in the air. It is tipped. It is intercepted by Carriker at the Missouri 21-yard line.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, 8-year NFL vet and All-American defensive lineman Adam Carriker.
Shotgun snap to Everett. He's got the left arm going, and now he's got a whole lot of Adam Carriker who rips him down inside the 25-yard line.
on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Adam Carriker.
Welcome everybody into Adam Carriker on The Ticket. All right, it's a beautiful Thursday. Now, normally, the Big Ten show would be running today. The Big Ten show is going to run tomorrow here on 93.7 The Ticket on Friday at noon. Today, you fine folks are stuck with me. Sorry. Hopefully you enjoy it. Just a smidge, though. All right, make sure you check out Bonzo Pool and Spa. Check them out at bonzopool.com. Got a fun show today. I'm going to be doing my preseason college football top 25. And spoiler alert, I do have Nebraska in the top 25. Now, before you go screaming homer, if you don't like it, or how much you love it, if you love it and that's what you're screaming, then keep on screaming that. If you're screaming homer and you don't like it, just hear me out. Hear me out. So I've given my final record prediction for Nebraska before, multiple times. And honestly, I still have yet to go back and reevaluate it since I gave it a couple of months ago. But that's because I really don't see it changing that much. I have them at 8-4. Okay. So the way I see it, if you're an SEC team and you're sitting there at 9-3, if you're a Big Ten team and you're sitting there at 9-3 with the college football playoff at 12 teams going, well, for a couple of years, then we go to 14, and then I'm sure we'll go to 4,000 because that's a slippery slope we're on. But in the meantime, if you're an SEC team or a Big Ten team that's played a lot of tough opponents, potentially USC, potentially Ohio State, Iowa, Wisconsin, by the way, all teams that Nebraska plays. Also, in addition to that, maybe Michigan, maybe a Penn State. And you go 9-3, there's an argument to be made that you deserve to be in the college football playoff over, say, potentially an 11-1 Big 12 team. That conversation is going to happen at some point at the end of this year as well, by the way. So my point is, whether you get in or not to a 12-team college football playoff, if you're a 9-3 Big Ten and or SEC team, and you're in the college football playoff conversation, that means you're around somewhere, give or take, 12th in the country. Okay, we do have these automatic bids, easy for me to say, and then the top G5 team has to get in as well. But it means you're somewhere along the lines of probably somewhere between 10th to 15th in the entire country if you're in that college football playoff conversation, which is essentially kind of sort of the top 12 teams in the country. So if you're a Big Ten team and you're sitting at 8-4, and that's what I have Nebraska predicted at, so that's what I'm going to go with, okay? If they go at least 6-6, fine. At least we got to a bowl game. You could say the ceiling's higher. You could say they're going to be 9-3, 7-5, whatever. I went with 8-4, and I do reserve the right to reevaluate that right before the season. Again, I don't see it changing a ton. But if you're a Big Ten team sitting at 9-3 and you're in that college football playoff top 12 conversation, why would you not, if you are indeed at the end of the year 8-4, why would you not be in the conversation for being top 25? So I do have them in the top 25 because I am predicting, as of right now, with the right to change my vote or my prediction, I guess. There's only one vote because it's my prediction. So my vote, my prediction before the season starts, if you are 8-4, you're in the conversation, well within the conversation to be a top 25 team. So let's light this candle. Let's dive into it. And here are my top 25 preseason top 25 teams in college football in the country, knowing that Nebraska is going to be on this list at some point. Let's dive in at number 25. Our good buddies, our new best friends from down south. Of course, they're also from the state of Texas, so that obviously helps. But Texas A&M. Now, this is a team and a football program that has no shortage of talent. Just a few years ago, not only had the number one recruiting class in the entire country, but had the number one recruiting class in the history of college football. Now, a lot of those players are gone, transferred, aren't even playing football, some of them. So my point is, I did not factor that class much into this conversation, but they have continued to recruit talent year after year after year. Now, Jimbo Fisher, the $100 million man, gone. So obviously it didn't go as planned or as they had hoped. Boo-hoo, shed lots of tears here. All right. But they're still really talented. And under a new coach, some new guidance, okay, I do think Mike Elko, okay, the Mike Elko era begins after 6 seasons under Jimbo Fisher. Okay, and for those who didn't know, it was 6 seasons, $76 million in buyout money, okay, to get a new coach there for the A&M Aggies. But Mike Elko, he starts his era. If they can just get a little bit of guidance, a little bit of upgrade in the coaching department, this is a team that can easily be top 25. They've got top 12 talent They do, based on their recruiting and what they've been able to do. They have not had top 12 results, but I absolutely believe they have the potential to be a top 25 team. Now, when you're in the SEC and you're playing some of the teams they do, who knows what's going to happen? But I've got them at number 25 right now. All right, number 24. I did not even realize this when I put this list together. Like the first two teams right out the gate are two of our best friends on planet Earth if you're a part of Husker Nation. Though that team that shall not be named that wears black and gold, I'll just say it, Iowa. I got them at 24. And in reality, they're like them, don't like them, love them, hate them, whatever the case may be. They are really steady. They just year in and year out, 8-4, 9-3, 10-2. Now they might win games 2-0, and they might not score any points. Although with the new offensive coordinator, new offense this year, there is some hope for some points being put up on the scoreboard there for the Iowa Hawkeyes this year. They're going to play great defense. They got a lot of guys returning, going to play great special teams, and they're not going to beat themselves. They're disciplined. They don't turn the ball over. It's just hard for me to even talk about this team, but you got to give the devil its due. They do what they do, and they do it very well, and they got a lot of people coming back, and they're very consistent with it. They do not have one of the tougher schedules in the entire country. That is also to their benefit as well. But if they can just put up some points on offense, this is a team that can easily be ranked. All right. And so this is a team that won 10 games last year and has 17 returning starters. And that's even with the worst offense in the entire country. So if they compare a veteran defense with what should be an improved offense and looking at a very favorable schedule, this is a team that could easily be ranked. I got them at 24. All right. Number 23, finally. Something that makes me happy to talk about. Nebraska. Yes, I do have them at 23rd. All right. As we all know, they went 5-7 last year. Okay. And yes, just real briefly. Okay. 13 of those 15 turnovers that they had a year ago. Okay. By the quarterbacks anyways. You get a new quarterback and a guy with a lot of talent, a guy who comes as ready to start the first game of the year as I've ever seen a true freshman quarterback be ready to do. He's still a teenager. He's still a true freshman. You still never know what you're going to get. But if he can just take care of the ball, move the chains, do simple things, execute the offense, Nebraska wins a couple, 3 more games. Last year, I'm expecting that. This year, the schedule makers were indeed kind to Nebraska, at least the first 7 games of the year. All right, I'll go through it again. I'm sure I'll talk about it once, a couple times more before the season starts, but the first 7 games of the year, UTEP, Colorado, Northern Iowa, Illinois, all at home. First 4 games, very friendly to what's probably going to be a true freshman starting at quarterback. Your first road games, week 5 at Purdue. The team predicted by most to finish dead last in the Big Ten. Then you've got Rutgers. Do not sleep on Rutgers. This is a team that is going to bring a dogfight to Lincoln October 15th when they play Nebraska. But Nebraska does get them at home. And then game 7 at Indiana. So you look at those first 7 games. Just go through this real quick. I haven't beaten UTEP. Then you got Colorado. That game could honestly go either way. But what I like is only one team's coming in with a proven really good defense, and that's Nebraska. The other team has no interest in tackling anybody. In fact, literally, they said in practice, do not touch Travis Hunter, do not touch Shedeur Sanders, which isn't uncommon. Quarterbacks wear special colored jerseys because they can't be touched most of the time. But now they're starting to name position players that can't be touched. I find that very interesting and a little laughable in my humble opinion. Even though I am actually a fan of Coach Prime, I'm just like, that is the greatest cornerback of all time, and he's also showing why he did not like to tackle people. So my point is, only one team on that night is coming in September 7th in Lincoln, Nebraska for that night game where people are going to roll in very, very hydrated, shall I say. Only one team's coming in with a good defense, and that's Nebraska. The other team just wants to score. So that's good for a true freshman quarterback. Not saying Colorado can't play a little bit of defense. They've got so many new faces. Who in the world knows what to expect out of them? My point is I'm going to take Nebraska in that night game at home. Northern Iowa, got to expect we're going to be big favorites in that. Illinois at home, I like us in that game. And I know to just chalk up win. It's easier said than done. At some point, we're going to have to kick the ball off, and all heck's going to break loose, and I can't wait for that moment. For right now, this is what I'm doing. First road game. First true test on the road for true freshman teenager Dylan Raiola at Purdue. Okay? Anytime you're on the road and it's the first time of the year, you never know what you're going to get. That game could be interesting just for that simple fact. Outside of that, Nebraska should be favored to win that game. Again, Rutgers coming in here October 5th. Nobody else on planet Earth can win at Rutgers, but the one person who can is Rutgers head coach, and that is Greg Schiano, who is doing it again in Piscataway. He is building a tough, physical team, a team that is going to win way more football games than they're going to lose, which doesn't always happen at Rutgers. So that's going to be a tough game. I do think Nebraska wins. You look at Indiana, going to be a big favorite there, even though it's on the road. Now, do I have Nebraska going 7-0? No, I don't, because there's going to be a ball that doesn't bounce our way or a true freshman moment from the quarterback that's going to happen at some point. And I'm not predicting 7-0. I think worst case 5-2. If we're not 5-2, we got issues at this point going into the last 5 games of the season. I'm going to go with 6-1. You look at Ohio State, the 8th game of the year, going to be a big underdog there. Let's say Ohio State wins 6-2. That would put the Huskers. And you got UCLA, new head coach, Deshaun Foster, the man who's never called plays in a game, never been an offensive coordinator, been a running backs coach, one of the best running backs to ever do it, a former Bruin himself. But they're coming into Lincoln November 2nd. Ooh, that'd be a lot of fun. Get a lot of snow in that game. I'd sure be excited for that. But I'm going to go with Nebraska, snow or not, winning that game. The November 16th, after a bye, Nebraska goes to USC. I think that's going to be one of the more entertaining games of the year. Nebraska gets a bye. Before that game, it's going to help. USC only scores, much like Colorado doesn't want to tackle. And so I think Nebraska can make that a very competitive game. Right here, right now, I'm going to predict the Trojans to win, which would put Nebraska, I believe if my math is correct, at 7-3. Wisconsin, Iowa, I predict 2 very close games again. And I think this is the year Nebraska figures out how to win at least a couple of these close games that are going to happen, from Iowa to Wisconsin to USC to potentially Rutgers or Colorado, etc. So I think Nebraska splits with Wisconsin and Iowa, ends up 8-4. And I do have Nebraska in my preseason poll as we sit here in early August at 23rd in the country at the end of the year. All right, up next is Arizona. Now, this is a team that, frankly, had they not lost their head coach, okay, who went up to Washington. I don't know. There's no way I'm going to get through all 25 here. It's already almost 12:30. And actually, I'm going to be joined by Nebraska women's soccer coach, all right, John Walker, here in a couple minutes. I'm going to go through Arizona. That'll get me to my top 20. We're probably going to wrap up this show on Monday as far as getting through all top 25. But Arizona, this is a team I'm high on. Okay, the Wildcats had a great year last year. Now, again, their head coach left. Otherwise, I'd probably have them in the top 15. Okay, they might have the best quarterback wide receiver combination in the country with Noah Fafita and Tataria McMillan. I'm a big fan of Brett Brennan, their new head coach. Okay, it is year 1 under him. Arizona could absolutely make some waves in the Big 12. There's so many teams that can win that conference potentially, from Arizona to Kansas State to Utah, I guess Colorado. So they're going to need to win some of the games, especially early on in their schedule, to get some momentum going. But Arizona is a team that I'm pretty high on and excited about. And actually, I'll go through Kansas. That'll get us to our top 20. Kansas. I think we all need to prepare for the fact that Kansas, if Kansas had its quarterback, okay, Jalen Daniels, healthy all year last year, that it could not only have had the Big 12 player of the year, but it could have possibly been competing for the Big 12 championship spot. They keep getting banged up the past couple of years at the quarterback position. If they can stay healthy, watch out for Kansas. They don't just play basketball there apparently anymore, which means if Kansas wins, the Jayhawks could be competing for a playoff spot potentially. And again, whoever wins the Big 12 gets an automatic bid. I don't think they get in if they don't win the Big 12, but they're going to be in that Big 12 conference championship conversation. I don't think that's crazy out of the question with what Coach Lance Leipold has been building there. Don't be surprised if this team, especially with their early schedule being very, very, very reasonable, 7-0 going into October. Okay, the schedule sets up well for them. Their last 5 games get a little bit more challenging and will dictate their postseason and what it looks like. All right, so that gets us up to number 20. We are going to pay some bills, take a break, and when I come back after the commercial, I'm going to be speaking with head Nebraska women's basketball coach, Mr. John Walker. Don't go anywhere.
McKinney's Irish Pub in the Market is your place for English Premier League soccer. The new EPL season starts this Friday on the 16th as Man United takes on Fulham at 2 p.m. EPL action then continues on Saturday as West Ham takes on Aston Villa at 11:30 a.m. on Saturday. Then we wrap up the week on Sunday as Chelsea takes on Man City at 10:30 a.m. You can catch all these matches and more at the McKinney's Irish Pub, your headquarters in Lincoln for English Premier League soccer at 8th and P.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Truck Month is back. We have absolutely gigantic savings right now at Koppel. They are offering $12,500 off on select new pickups. That is not a mistake. You heard right. $12,500 off list price right now on select new pickups. Those discounted units, though, will not last long. These are all manager specials. You have to come in now, so hurry in down 144th Street or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Stock number G35609. 93 must trade.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of showers and storms throughout the day. Otherwise, mostly cloudy and cool with a high around 76. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 53. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies and an afternoon high again around 76. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Right now at Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down. And I mean everything. Top-tier equipment? Check. 24-hour access? You bet. Free fitness training? Always. Workouts in the free PF app? What'd I tell you? Even super friendly team members.
Hey, welcome to Planet Fitness.
Oh, hey. I was just mentioning you.
Hey.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th. See Home Club for details.
Ironhide Construction is a Nebraska-based general contracting and steel construction firm. Their expert team is experienced in building innovative construction solutions across several industries. While they were previously known for their extensive experience in steel erection and metal buildings, they've continued to evolve over the last several years into a full-service general contracting firm. They take pride in their commitment to quality, cutting-edge technology, and having a passion for what they do. For more information about their services or to discuss an upcoming project, visit www.ironhideconstruction.com or call 402-420-4961.
Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Are you a healthy non-smoker? Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, is seeking people like you, 19 to 64 years old with excess weight, to take part in a research study. You could earn up to $22,500 for participation. This study includes 1 10-night stay, 5 2-night stays, 1 one-night stay, and 17 returns. Learn more at helpresearch.com/dub or call 8662-13-2965.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
You're listening to Adam Carriker on The Ticket on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to Adam Carriker on the ticket. I got a special guest that's going to be joining me at this time. He's coached Nebraska women's soccer for 30 years, coached 14 players to 20 All-America honors. He was National Coach of the Year 1996, Conference Coach of the Year 4 times, has led the Huskers to 2 Big Ten regular season titles, 1 Big Ten tournament title, 3 Big 12 regular season titles, 5 Big 12 tournament titles, and has an all-time career coaching record of 365, 193, and 61 at the University of Nebraska. Nebraska women's soccer coach John Walker. How you doing, my friend?
Good, Adam. How are you?
I'm doing good. So I'm going to go backwards before I go forwards. That's what I tend to do in my interviews. Nebraska had a phenomenal season last year. All right, won the Big Ten regular season title, made a deep run into the NCAA tournament. All right, made it to the Final Four. Great elite game versus Stanford that went to double overtime. Talk to me about last season, your memories from last season, and how you were able to have so much success as a team a year ago.
Yeah, it was a great season, Adam. Great group of players, super hardworking team, dynamic, exciting, explosive attacking team. And we were really consistent. We maybe started the conference a little slow, but then we got going. We won our last 6 games, and just an exciting, fun year. We weren't ranked in the preseason or anything like that, but we kind of had the feel going into the season that we had quite a strong team. So the run we went on, I don't not any coffee wearing like that. I don't think it surprised everyone within the program, just because we felt like we had that potential, and just like I said, a really great group of players. Over half of them are from Nebraska. Usually, if we played 11, we started 11 in a game, 5 or 6 would be from Nebraska, and several more coming in off the bench. So has a nice homegrown feel to it as well.
So what do you attribute that improvement to, not being ranked in the preseason? Then you win your last 6 games of the year, you win the Big Ten regular season title, making such a deep run. Like, really, what do you attribute that improvement throughout the course of the year to? How did you guys get better and make those strides?
Yeah, I think a lot of it came in the previous kind of spring. We're big program. The main things in the program are development, with a real commitment to development. Like, really try to dig in, be really detailed with that part, and then super competitiveness, like in any team sports. That's often the difference between winning and losing, when talent is fairly similar, and then a super strong team culture. And I think the one thing was the team just kind of up together. So now we have a large senior class. So a big group came in 2021. We were just kind of average that year, right around 500. And then the following year we improved. We finished 4th in the conference. We just missed the NCAA tournament. But by the end of the season, we felt we were actually like a pretty good team. And then so I think we felt that the momentum was there, and that's a lot of development stuff again. And then that's really what kicked off in 2023. And as you know, like in any sports, once you do win a few games, and confidence is a big thing in there as well. And we have like an identity in how we play. Like I said, we're a high press and a high octane team, to take a lot of risks in how we do things. But it works for us, and the players are very comfortable now with that style of play, and a lot of them have experience now, and have really grown into be a lot of really good individual players, and then ultimately a good team.
I love that. No risk, no reward. That's what I always say. Now, you mentioned about half this roster, these girls are from Nebraska. So what has been the key to recruiting the state of Nebraska? And when you're looking for someone who you're going to recruit, like what are some of the things you look at and you look for?
Well, the first thing is we do want to try and recruit all the best local players. If they're good enough and hungry enough, and again have that real commitment towards development and competitiveness, then we definitely want to keep those players in Nebraska, and that's what we've done. It's like I'm not sure all the other sports teams at Nebraska, if any, have as high a percentage of in-state players on the team. And then the big one for us, just in terms of when we go to watch some player practice, it's nothing fancy or detailed in what we do, but we're looking for base athleticism, competitiveness, skill set, game intelligence, and then I think also kind of leadership or team, like a good teammate, someone that you can tell on the field enhances their team, and so that's what we tried. That's what we tried to do. And again, maybe if the refinement level is not quite as high, we're okay with that because of the commitment to development.
Now, as this season starts to get rolling for you all, you and Penn State are kind of the two early favorites in the Big Ten this year. I believe they are preseason 4th in the country. They finished 5th in the country last year. You're 6th in the country. You finished 7th in the country last year. Talk to me about kind of the expectations within your program and the thought process going into this season, because obviously people are paying a lot more attention this year with the rankings and some of the respect you're being given so far early on at this point in the season.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, and I know it's going to sound like Coach cliche stuff, but one of the first things we did in our first team meeting this year was pull up the preseason rankings from last year. And of course, last year we were not ranked, and there were a number of teams that were ranked in the top 10, top 15 that didn't even make the NCAA tournament. And so the message to the players was, it didn't matter last year what people said, people that vote in these polls. We didn't listen last year, did our own thing. So just because they have ranked us this year, it doesn't mean we listen again. I think the key thing is you just focus on everything within your program. Are you competing hard every day? Are you committed to development? Are you a good teammate? Those are the main things, and you really cannot worry about what other people think of you. And like I said, the perfect example is last year. I don't think people obviously didn't think we were that strong a team, but that didn't matter. At the end of the season, that's the beauty of sports. It's determined on the field.
All right, you head to Norman, Oklahoma to take on the Sooners tomorrow night at 7 p.m. What do you know about the Sooners early on at this point in the season? I know everything's just kind of getting going. And then I got to ask, is there kind of a similar rivalry in women's soccer between Nebraska and Oklahoma as there is some of the other sports, or is that a little bit different?
I think it's different, Adam, and I think almost generationally, like you think of the student athlete today may not even know that Nebraska and Oklahoma used to be big rivals in the Big 8 and then in the Big 12, and now both schools aren't even in either one of those conferences. One of the Big 8 doesn't exist anymore. So I don't think there's that natural rivalry. Maybe some of the in-state players may know it from their families, but in general, I don't think so. But Oklahoma will be a very good team, super athletic. Their coach Matt Mott is actually a friend of mine. He's in his second year there, and I think has really made big changes within the program. They were a pretty decent team last year, but I think this year they have a whole ton of transfers in, new recruiting class. So it's really a new team. But he had a lot of success at Ole Miss. He was there before, kind of perennial NCAA tournament team. So I think it'll be a super hard game for us. To me, I think there'll be an NCAA tournament team.
All right, I got to ask if you've been watching the Olympics, the U.S. women's soccer team. They were able to take down 4th-ranked Germany 1-0 in their semifinal rematch. Scoreless after 90 tense minutes of regulation, but in the 95th minute of extra time, Sophia Smith put the Americans on the board with a pretty sweet shot that darted beyond the reach of the charging German goalkeeper. Now they're going to be playing for the gold medal. Have you been able to watch the Olympics at all? What are your thoughts on the U.S. women's soccer team in the Olympics?
Yeah, I've been able to watch some, but not quite all because we're in 2 a days. But I've been able to watch some, and then obviously watch highlights and go back. And I think they played really well. They have a really dynamic younger front line with Trinity Rodman, Sophia Smith, and Mallory Swanson. Like super dynamic, mobile front line. And actually the most dangerous group of attackers in the tournament. And it'll be a hard game against Brazil, but I would expect the U.S. plays well. They have a great chance to win.
All right, so I never in a million years would have predicted that soccer would become such a big thing in the Carriker household, but my wife loves soccer. I've always respected soccer. It is one of the most impressive sports I've ever seen or watched. I try to go out and play it myself, and somehow the ball doesn't go where I want it to go. But my wife is big into it. She coaches club soccer, and as a result, 4 of our 6 kids, 4 of our daughters play club soccer, and they love soccer. And so they're loving it. We're watching all the U.S. women's games in the Olympics, obviously watching Nebraska women's soccer, your team as well. So I guess my question would be, do you have any advice, or what advice would you give for young soccer players, boys or girls out there?
Yeah, I think two things. Try and get the technical skills part mastered, or attempt to master at an early age. So basic receiving, ball striking, turns, volleys, all those things. Really get that down, because it makes things a lot easier. You feel like you're timing the ball, you can make good decisions because you have the skills to be able to do that. And then the second one would be try to play as much kind of unstructured soccer as you can. So just like the way a basketball player, they'll go to the gym and play 2-on-2. Or shoot the ball, work on the shot and stuff like that. I would advise the same thing for soccer players. I think in this country, I think soccer for a lot of people, for a lot of young players, is soccer is when their next soccer practices, and you go around the world and a lot of other places. They might have structured practices, but there's a lot more of kind of unstructured pick-up play and just working on their own. So that would be my advice. I think it might be too late for you, Adam, but might be okay for your daughters.
It's way too late for me. So full disclosure, I was like, I don't know, 7 or 8, and my older sister, who's older than me by about 5 years, was playing soccer in the front yard. I was like, you know what? I'll just go give this soccer thing a try. And she humiliated and embarrassed me, and that was pretty much the end of very short, non-existent soccer career. It's definitely too late for me. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, that's okay. It's good you're giving it a try with your daughters.
All right. I appreciate your time, Coach Walker, and good luck on the season as well. Thank you for joining me. And don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Adam.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA on Saturday, August 10th at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. 9 fights are scheduled for the night, including professional lightweight and welterweight bouts, and the main event of Donnie Bush versus Micah Washington in the professional welterweight championship bout. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the MMA fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Have you ever gotten a car deal so good that you can brag about for decades? This is that deal. The government has given us a $4,000 instant credit on vehicles already at the historically lowest prices. Cars that were over $50,000 just 2 years ago are now selling below $20,000. See the deals here and drive away the car of your dreams at a price you never thought possible. Go to 4000off.com, 400off.com to learn more.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Right now at Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down. And I mean everything. Top tier equipment? Check. 24-hour access? You bet. Free fitness training? Always. Workouts in the free PF app? What'd I tell you? Even super friendly team members.
Hey, welcome to Planet Fitness.
Oh, hey, I was just mentioning you.
Hey.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th. See Home Club for details.
Hey, Nebraska football fans, it's defensive lineman Ty Robinson, and I've got a winning play for you with Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Team up with Action and install a new Bradford white water heater in your home. And if we win the conference championship this season, you'll get a full refund. Don't fumble this opportunity. Sack your old water heater this season and score big with Action. Visit actionlincoln.com/Huskers to learn more.
Promotion valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
LES is proud to be powered by your family, your friends, your neighbors, local people serving local people. Learn more about what a career at LES can offer you at les.com/careers.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com. Serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
You're listening to Adam Carriker on The Ticket on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Boom! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Adam Carriker on The Ticket. All right, Coach Walker, John Walker, the Nebraska women's soccer coach, just joined me. Double overtime victory or loss to Stanford away from reaching the Final Four last year. Preseason number 6 this year, won the Big Ten regular season championship a year ago. On their way to Norman, Oklahoma to take on the Sooners this Friday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. All right, going to dive back into my preseason college football top 25 poll. If you missed it, Nebraska made an appearance. I talked about them. Go back and check it out if you missed that. In the meantime, check out all things 93.7 The Ticket, theticket.com, X, Facebook, social media, Amazon Prime, the tube of you, YouTube, podcast platforms, TV, radio, every frickin' where. Where can you find The Ticket? Every frickin' where. That's where, ladies and gentlemen, also the Carriker Chronicles makes its return August 25th, 6 p.m. Central Time on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Check out the Carriker Chronicles on YouTube as well, carrikerchronicles.com. And some exciting news. The Big Ten Show will be running tomorrow at noon here on the Ticket. The Big Ten Show is now going to be on Sirius XM Radio, also as starting August 15th. Also, Bally's, we're talking with Sports Grid as well. So exciting things on the horizon for some of the things that I'm very fortunate and blessed to be a part of. Let's get back into the top 20 preseason rankings according to yours truly. All right, number 19, Clemson. Man, this is one of the most interesting programs in the country. Like, programs that stick out to me as just being extraordinarily interesting right now. USC, are they ever going to play defense? Colorado, Deion Sanders, what else you need to know? Clemson is one that is intriguing to me because they were always good. Then they were great. Did you know that Dabo Swinney has a winning record against Nick Saban in college football championship, national championship games? 2-1, 2-2 in the college football playoff as a whole. No other coach in the country has more wins, in the postseason era against Nick Saban than Dabo Swinney. Now, they go 9-3, they go 10-3, and it's like the sky is falling. Now, admittedly, they've had some bad losses in there. Like, I think they lost to Duke, not in basketball, but by football by like 21 points last year to start the season. That was rough. Okay, I think his anti-transfer portal stance is I respect it, don't agree with it, but I can respect someone who's got the Spanish eggs, the huevos, to stand on their own 2 feet and say, this is what I believe, whether I think they're right or wrong. Hey, it's not my call. He's the man with 2 national championship rings as a head coach at the University of Clemson, not me. I can respect it. I don't agree with it, but I do think there's an argument to be made that it's hurting the Clemson program, and I think that makes it very, very controversial, and also very interesting. But I got Clemson at number 19, and this honestly does seem a little bit low, but the reason for it is really their schedule. You look at their first 5 games, 3 of those 5 games are against Georgia right out the gate in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome there in Atlanta. So basically a road game against Georgia. And then you got NC State, who has won 9 games like 5 years in a row, and they're a legit contender to be in that ACC conference championship conversation. I know everyone talks about Florida State, Miami, etc. That team is right there. They just don't get the pub. Okay, and then they got Florida State. That's all in the first 5 games of the year. You go beyond that, they also play Louisville, who was in the ACC title game a year ago, Virginia Tech, a team that is actually kind of a dark horse out in the ACC, and then they always end the year with their big rival, South Carolina. So half their games, you look at them, 6 of the 12, and you're like, wow, those are brutal. I have no idea who's going to win, and if it's them, they're definitely not favored to win. So that makes Clemson very intriguing. I've got them at 19. All right, you look at LSU. This is a team that really looked like a Pac-12 team last year. You know, the conference that does not exist anymore, but they would score like 40, 50 points a game, had the Heisman Trophy winner in Jaden Daniels, but they didn't play defense at all. It was like the opposite of what you expect from an SEC team, especially an LSU team. So this might be a little bit low in the rankings to some people, but the Tigers lost, okay. But when you look at everything that the Tigers lost from a year ago, in some ways this ranking is me believing kind of in Brian Kelly that he can replace what he lost. They lost a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, Jaden Daniels, as I mentioned, another top 10 pick in Malik Neighbors at wide receiver, another first rounder in Brian Thomas Jr. That's a lot of things to lose and a lot of talent to try to replace. Okay. I do think their offensive line is going to be good. I think Brian Kelly is a good football coach. Whether you think he's a cultural fit down LSU is irrelevant. Does he win football games? Okay. I don't know. The defense has got to be better, don't they? I mean, don't they? Don't they? All right, even if they can just maintain some of their firepower on offense, play a little bit better defense, I'm kind of trusting in them being able to win up in the trenches and figure some things out with the head coach from a head coaching perspective. And I do think they're going to be in that college football playoff conversation, although I don't have them even in the top 15 right now, but they'll be in that convo at the end of the year. Next on the list, number 18, Oklahoma State. The bottom half of this list is really ACC Big 12 heavy because the top 10 of this list is very SEC Big 10 heavy. All right, Oklahoma State, the Cowboys. This team is tailor-made for the modern age of college football because it's got a ton of veteran players. If you look at the teams that have won recently, yes, there's a lot of talent involved, and recruiting rankings play a part of that. But Michigan, Okay, very veteran-laden team. You look at a lot of these teams that are favored to win this year, Ohio State, Georgia, a lot of veteran-laden teams, especially Ohio State, with all the people that they got and convinced somehow to come back. They could have gone to the NFL and been draft picks, high draft picks. Outside of Marvin Harrison Jr., everyone else came back, and he was an obvious top 5 pick. Oklahoma State, a lot of veteran players. It has 18 starters back, 9 on each side of the ball. Its offense returns its quarterback, running back, reigning Doak Walker Award winner, Ollie Gordon, its top 2 wide receivers, and its entire offensive line. The last time it had a veteran team, by the way, it won the Big 12. The Cowboys' defense this year is the big question mark. Last year, they were 89th in the country in scoring defense. That has got to improve. If nothing else, they've got experience coming back on the defensive side of the ball, but how much better will they be is really the big question for me. Number 17, Tennessee. Some people have the Volunteers higher, and that's fine. I don't love their schedule. A lot of challenging, difficult games, and they're a bit of a question mark for me. Admittedly, I think this is a high ceiling, low floor team. Like they're either going to do really, really well, or they're really, really going to struggle. A lot of that's due to that schedule. They could lose 4 to 5 games, or they could lose 2 games and compete and do very well. A lot of their season will go as their quarterback goes. Not an uncommon theme for most teams. He could be a star. I love the way that he played in the bowl game. Can he continue that going forward? It's hard to read much into bowl games. They're like glorified spring games to me, the way I see them now. But like I said, high ceiling, low floor. I like Tennessee, but I don't know how much I love Tennessee. All right, we're going to do one more, and then we'll get out of here, and I'll do my top 15 on Monday. Number 16, last one for the day, Kansas State. They're just a tough team. The Wildcats are developing this reputation that they're going to be difficult to beat, even if they don't have quite the same talent as their opposition. This year, they have a lot of talent. Pair up the toughness and the talent. Chris Kleiman, the former North Dakota State coach who won national titles by bloodying people up at North Dakota State, bringing that same mentality to Manhattan, Kansas. Chris Kleiman's got a team that can compete for and potentially win the Big 12. And then get in the playoff. And when you get in that playoff, that second season, so to speak, you never know what can happen. I'm not predicting them to win a national title, but they are a Big 12 championship contender, which means they would get in the playoff and with a bye if they win the whole Big 12 conference. The Wildcats are going to go with Avery Johnson at quarterback, who actually beat out Will Howard, who's now going to start at Ohio State. He beat him out a year ago. I think the run game is going to be dynamic for Kansas State this year. The defense has been in the top 3 in the Big 12 each of the last 2 seasons, and Kansas State's going to be a factor. In the Big 12, I really like Utah. They're going to be in my top 10. Just a little sneak peek to Monday. I really like Kansas State. Those are probably my 2 favorites, at least at this point in time. And Oklahoma State's right there as well. Don't sleep on Kansas. You never know what can happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy hour's coming up next. Hope you have a great day. I'll see you fine folks tomorrow. Until next time, go Big Red, and always remember to throw the bones.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at